Welcome back to my channel, Strawberries! This video is about me quitting Mary Jane. A little backstory on my relationship. I've been without her many times, but because of the fact that I'm moving to another country and it's going to be something that I've never experienced ever in my life, I've had an extremely karmic life up until this point, and I've healed a lot to work through it in the past 4 years. So Mary Jane is a girl that really got me through those hard times. So me completely letting go of Mary Jane, which I have done before, I am good without her. I actually feel as if I perform better without her, and I am more expressive and I feel better without her. But it's hard for me to let her go ever since I went to New York again, because she is my only source of fun right now while I'm where I am. And it's just so boring here. So when I let her go, my sources of fun then become essentially just like connecting to myself, meditating, doing yoga, like, you know, still like going out on the scooter and shit. But the reason why that scares me is because I used to have to be militant with my spirituality because it was my job and I was carrying everything for my mom and I. So I was doing it from the space of fear. And now I'm doing it from a space of love, of you're about to go on this big journey. Make sure that you're prepared emotionally and mentally and spiritually. That's my intention now. So I'm just gonna take you guys along the freaking journey. I just hit the J for the last time, and I will check back in tomorrow morning. This is me coping right now.
Everything's so different now. You're just what.
Honestly, guys, letting go of Mary Jane, it's so like contradicting, because in my body and my mind, I genuinely feel so much better. Like, it is just a literal addiction to having something to look forward to. My whole life lacked so much joy, and the things that I did look forward to as a child or just when I was younger were so short lasting that I always had to then be like, okay, well now let me look for something else to look forward to. I always need something that's gonna guarantee me some sort of happiness, because I did not know how to fulfill myself, and my reality also had zero fulfillment. So right now, I have nothing to look forward to aside from moving. Here, I don't have friends to hang out with, I don't have community, I don't have like fun plans to do, there's no fun activities to make plans. It's very boring here. And my only source of fun is Mary Jane. So letting go of her is fully surrendering to the faith that where I'm moving is gonna be so much different, and I'm constantly gonna have something to look forward to, and I'm gonna have community, I'm gonna have friends, I'm gonna have places to explore, things to do, and I'm so excited for that. But it requires so much faith, only because I've barely ever traveled. Like, how am I supposed to know for sure that Bali is gonna be exactly what I want it to be? But I'm not looking for it to be exactly what I want it to be. I'm just looking for it to be not here. And I have a huge level of faith in that, especially because when I went to New York, I felt free and accepted and loved for the first time ever. And it proved to me that I'm not the problem. Was I the problem in the past, which is why my reality was extremely painful, because it needed to mirror to me to learn to love myself? Yes. But now I know how to show up for myself, which is why this is even tangible and possible. But now I'm like, you have outgrown your environment. It doesn't feel good anymore. So now have faith that you are going to have new challenges and new growth and so much more clarity when you move. And releasing Mary Jane is coinciding with all of that. A part of me as well was suppressing my emotions, because when I'm with Mary Jane, I'm focusing on Mary Jane, and it doesn't really give me a lot of space to self-reflect. Even when I try to self-reflect, it's like I get half of the lesson and the other half isn't clear, because in order to understand a lesson, you have to get it mentally and you also have to get it in your body. But I was suppressing my feelings. So now anything and any realizations that I had while still hanging out with Mary Jane are now completely connected with my body, and everything makes so much sense now. And I think I've just been running away from that because there's a huge fear that it's not going to make sense, but it does. Like, I'm running away from a fear, and it's not even real. And then I'm creating the fear by running away from it. putting myself in fear to run away from fear by hanging out with Mary Jane constantly. I'm ready to let her go. For good. We're at the creek. Alright, back to the scooter. Guys, look. Hi, beauty. They're not running away. There's 3 of them. 3, the number of the Empress. Hi, you. She's coming towards me. You can come here. I won't hurt you. She like low-key wants to come see me, but I think she's scared. Okay, I think our moment is over. The hardest thing about not hanging out with Mary Jane is the freaking morning. I wake up with just like a ton of anxiety because of my move, and then I have to choose to do something that relaxes me and calms me down instead of immediately distracting myself, going on my phone, checking my notifications and shit like that, because it never makes me actually feel better. It's just like instant relief, and then I still have anxiety later. I'm reading this book, I Don't Want to Grow Up. I'm kind of reading 3 different books right now. One of them is like a love romance book. It's this one. Twisted Lies. It's fucking amazing. I'm also reading a book about the 5 love languages, because when I teach about relationships or like counsel my clients about relationships and loving themselves and attracting a relationship, I'm always speaking about how the 5 love languages are a huge and amazing compass to use to move closer to yourself concerning, what do I want from somebody else? Do I want affirmations? Do I want physical touch? Do I want to be taken out on a date? And then that gives you a compass to say, okay, let me do that for myself then, to feel that act of love. But I will wake up and immediately start reading this. Like literally wake up, grab the book, start reading it. It helps me with my anxiety because I will cry while I'm reading this. So today we're gonna go to yoga. So let's fucking get to it. Let's get to it, babe. I also want to be so real with you guys. I hung out with Mary Jane last night. I think it is important to observe things like that. Like if you make a mistake, don't have your energy be immediately like, oh, I'm so mad at myself, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks. Because then you have no space to observe how you actually feel. But if you go backwards and you recognize, you know what, I feel guilty. I feel like taking that action doesn't make me feel confident, which makes me want to not do it again even more. So that's why like I had so much anxiety this morning, because I took an action that felt immature to hang out with Mary Jane instead of doing something that's better for me. Yeah, I wanted to be honest with you guys. I did mess up, but that's okay. I forgive myself and I learned from it because I was open enough to see how I actually felt about taking that action again. Guys, I always freaking learn so much when I'm not with Mary Jane. I have to find new ways to relieve my fears and my anxieties that are directly coming from my past now that I'm moving. So for example, the way that I've approached life has been very, what's the word? Uncommon, unique, I guess. Well, my senior year, got super depressed, had a huge spiritual awakening, went through the hardest fucking 3 years ever with my mom, where I didn't know where my next meal was gonna come from. I was carrying everything for the both of us, and I was reading in my journal last night, and when I was 17, right before my life got so bad, I was like, everything is gonna be okay. I know that if I keep choosing myself, then my life can only get better. And my life got so much worse after that, but it's because it was toxic optimism. Like I was not genuinely allowing myself to believe that I wasn't happy with my reality, and instead I was like, everything's gonna be okay. And now I'm like, okay, that's not true, because I'm not toxically optimistic anymore. But I still do have a fear that I'm gonna go move and like everything's gonna get worse because of that version of myself. So instead, I got a book, and I'm reading a book about a guy talking about how if you follow fun and you follow the universe and you follow energy and you say, this is what I want for myself, the steps will present themselves. That is exactly what I have done. So reading this book relieves my anxiety because it gives me validation, even though that what I'm doing is not common. I am doing the right thing. Like, that's how it makes me feel. So it's forcing me to recognize that I have a fear. This fear is coming from my past. What action can I take that is going to relieve the anxiety that that past version of me has? And it's really helping me learn how to cope in better ways that not only help me let go of anxiety, but also help me grow and gain new perspectives from my anxiety because I'm taking action. So I'm just like so grateful for these new perspectives. All right, y'all. I'm gonna log off here. This is gonna be the end of this vlog, but this is only part 1 because this is obviously gonna be a journey and I want to keep updating you guys. But I love you guys so freaking much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It means so much to me reading your guys' comments because it is an obstacle for me to be more vulnerable on my vlogs. So when you guys respond with kindness and you tell me that I'm helping you gain more perspectives or me living my life is inspiring you in some way, like, it genuinely means so much to me and it gives me courage and strength to like keep pushing forward against my fears. So I love you guys so much. I appreciate you literally more than words. And I will see you in my next video.